If you'd asked me a year ago who I trusted most in the world, I would have said two names without hesitation. Ethan, my husband of 7 years, and Lily, my best friend since college. Ethan was everything I thought I wanted in a man. Successful, charming, attentive. And Lily? She was like the sister I never had. My maid of honor, my brunch partner, the keeper of my deepest secrets. But apparently, I wasn't the keeper of theirs. It started with a gut feeling. You know, that sharp, twisting instinct in your stomach you try to ignore because it's easier to pretend everything's fine. Ethan had been coming home later than usual. Work, he'd shrug, planting a distracted kiss on my forehead before disappearing into the shower. The man who used to tell me every little thing now spoke in vague half-sentences. Then there was Lily. She started pulling away, canceling plans, ignoring my texts. When I did see her, she was nervous, jittery, her eyes darting like a trapped animal. I chalked it up to her breakup with her on-again, off-again boyfriend. But I couldn't shake the feeling. One night, Ethan left his phone on the kitchen counter. He never did that. His phone might as well have been surgically attached to his hand. He was in the shower when it buzzed. Lily, same time tomorrow? Can't stop thinking about last night. Face blowing a kiss. The world spun. My ears rang. I stared at the screen, willing it to disappear, hoping it was some sick joke. But the truth stared back at me in stark black and white. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I didn't even confront him right away, because I wanted to make sure. And when I exposed them, I wanted it to be undeniable. Over the next 2 weeks, I played the part of the oblivious wife. I smiled, cooked dinner, kissed him goodnight. Meanwhile, I quietly dug for proof. I installed a discreet app on his phone that mirrored his messages to mine. I started checking Lily's social media. Private posts she thought I couldn't see. Secret dinners tagged, work event. Photos of a man's hand. Ethan's distinct tattoo peeking out under a watch I'd given him. It was all there, but I wasn't done. I needed one final blow. I called Lily one afternoon, pretending to be upset about a fight with Ethan. "Can you come over? I really need to talk," I sniffled. She hesitated, but said yes. When she arrived, I hugged her tight. "You're such a good friend," I whispered. I invited her in, made us tea. I sat across from her on the couch, my phone recording discreetly on the shelf. And then, casually, I said, "Lily, I know about you and Ethan." Her face turned white. "W what?" I leaned forward. "The messages, the dinners, the hotel last Friday. Don't bother lying." She opened her mouth, closed it again. Tears welled up, not guilt, but fear. And then came the words I expected. "It just happened. I didn't mean for it to." I held up a hand. "Save it. I'm not here for apologies." I ended the recording. That night, Ethan came home to candles, wine, and me in his favorite dress. He looked confused, but pleasantly surprised. "What's the occasion?" I smiled sweetly. "A celebration." We sat down to dinner. Halfway through, I slid my phone across the table. The recording played loud and clear in Lily's shaky voice. Ethan's fork clattered to his plate. His face drained the color. When it ended, I looked him dead in the eye. "Pack your things." He stammered. I can explain." "I don't need explanations. I've already booked a moving company for tomorrow. They'll be here at 9. You can either be gone or watch me burn everything you own." He tried the soft approach. "Sophia, don't do this. You know I love you." I laughed, sharp and bitter. "No, Ethan, you love screwing your wife's best friend. But guess what? You won't be screwing me over anymore." The fallout was brutal. Lily tried calling. I blocked her. She showed up at my door once, sobbing. I opened it long enough to say, "You're dead to me," before shutting it in her face. Ethan moved out that weekend. I filed for divorce Monday morning. And the best part? I sent that recording to every mutual friend we had. I didn't spin a story. I didn't add commentary. I let the truth speak for itself. They lost everything, their reputations, their friends, each other, because cheaters deserve to be exposed. And I walked away with my head held high, knowing I refused to be anyone's fool. Sometimes, The best revenge is the truth. The weeks after the fallout felt surreal. At first, I expected the shame, the whispers, the pitying looks. But instead, I got something else, respect. Friends I hadn't spoken to in months messaged me. Some even confessed they'd suspected something was off between Ethan and Lily, but hadn't known how to tell me. Others simply said, "Good for you." Turns out, exposing snakes has a way of clearing the grass. But even after Ethan moved out and Lily disappeared from my life, the betrayal burned. You don't spend 7 years building a marriage and over a decade trusting a friend without scars. So I did what I needed to heal. I got a lawyer, a sharp, relentless woman named Miranda, who assured me we'd get everything I deserved. And by we, I meant me, because apparently Ethan had been stupid enough to mix personal and business finances. Half the assets were in my name, including our lake house, the same one where he and Lily had their little rendezvous. I sold it. Every piece of furniture, every memory-stained sheet, every wine glass they'd toasted with, gone. The profit? I used it to open my own interior design studio, something I've been dreaming of for years, but Ethan always called a hobby. Funny how betrayal can be the best motivation. And Lily? She tried clawing her way back into our friend group, posted cryptic quotes on Instagram about lessons learned in toxic friendships. I didn't even dignify it with a response. But karma did. Turns out, cheating with your best friend's husband doesn't win you many fans. She lost clients, lost credibility, even lost her apartment when her landlord, a mutual friend of mine, decided to not renew her lease. I didn't lift a finger. I didn't have to. One afternoon, months later, I ran into Ethan by accident at a coffee shop. He looked smaller, like the weight of everything had finally settled on his shoulders. He gave me the sad, half smile. "You look good, Sophia." I sipped my latte. "I know." He nodded, hands in his pockets. "I messed up." I raised an eyebrow. Understatement of the year. He chuckled. That awkward, hollow laugh of a man who realized too late what he threw away. I thought, maybe one day we could talk. I stood up, grabbed my bag. "We just did." And I walked away. A year later, on the anniversary of my divorce papers being finalized, I sat on the balcony of my new apartment. A place I chose, paid for, and decorated myself. I wasn't bitter. I wasn't broken. I was free, because in the end, betrayal didn't destroy me. It revealed them. And it reminded me who I've always been, a woman who refuses to be betrayed, broken, or silenced. The truth didn't just expose them. It set me free. The truth didn't just expose them. It set me free. I learned that sometimes betrayal is a brutal but necessary teacher. It shatters your illusions, burns your bridges, and clears the way for something better. For the first time in years, I wasn't living in anyone's shadow. I wasn't the devoted wife, the loyal friend, the woman putting everyone else first. I was just me, and that was enough. Ethan and Lily became nothing more than a chapter one closed, one I wouldn't bother rereading. As for me, I built a life I was proud of. I turned my pain into power. I walked forward with no regrets, knowing I never had to expose them again, because their actions spoke louder than I ever could. And I let the truth speak, and then I walked away stronger,